Happy New Year. Welcome to 2020 and welcome to Strength Reversed. If I haven't met you, my name is Amy and my channel is where I discuss all things tarot, body, mind, spirit, and life in general. Today is my channelversary. So it's been 2 years that I've been on YouTube and this is starting my third year. I have learned a lot from being on YouTube and I've gone back and forth about whether to continue, but I should make another video about that. So I debated on what my first video of 2021 should be about, and I decided it's going to be about 2020. So I'm going to talk about my temperance year that I had this year, and then I'm going to do a little VR to MyVoice Tarot. She did a tarot spread that she got from Kasia at TarotMap's, her Instagram, and she called it Gifts 2020, Gifts 2021. So it's what gifts I have gotten out of 2020 and what gifts 2021 will bring me. And so I will do that spread in this video. And then I'll do another video in the future where I talk about this coming year. So 2020, my temperance year, started for me at the end of 2019. This card came to me over and over, and I just kind of knew that that was going to be my focus for 2020. My 2021 card I chose in a very different way, and I'll talk about that in the next video. But my focus for 2020 was going to be on balance and integration. I have a tendency to compartmentalize different parts of my life, and I really wanted to work on bringing all of those parts together into something bigger, making the mundane a little more magical, and finding, you know, really taking what I focus on spiritually and not completely forgetting it as soon as I walk into work. So that's what I worked on, and at the end of 2019, I knew I wanted to set myself up for 2020, and I found myself making a lot of goals for the end of that year, and not a whole lot of goals for 2020. I did have some goals, like I had the goal to use up the things that I already had, so I was in a no-buy year for a lot of things, and I did pretty well with that. I ended up being a lot more mindful of the things that I brought into the house, and I also learned to enjoy using things up, because I used to save things like blank journals or candles. They would sit on the shelf and I would say, oh, this isn't special enough to use it, or I'll save that for I don't know when. And I really started using those things and enjoying them. And so I've learned that using them feels a lot better than having them stored for, you know, some better time that probably isn't going to come along. So I really liked that I learned to do that, to use things that I have and enjoy them and not worry about the time when I don't have them anymore, because once I use them and enjoy them, I remember enjoying them. But I also went through at the end of 2019 knowing that in 2020 I wanted to declutter all the areas of my life and simplify a little bit. So I did something scary, for me at the time was scary, which was I combined my planners. I used to have different planners for different things, like one was my calendar that I used to schedule appointments and whatnot, and the other one was for important things like, you know, my tarot card of the day and little reflections, and I combined that into one thing, and I do think that helped. I will definitely keep that going. I don't know if you can hear the fireworks. It's New Year's. It's not really next year yet. I'm speaking to you from the past and there are fireworks going. So I had some success doing that, but I also wanted to declutter and simplify, and 2020 really gave me many opportunities to figure out what was important to me and what things I needed and what things I didn't need anymore. toilet paper I needed. And I'm going to stay with toilet paper. Okay. I'm not giving that up. But I found that a lot of things I just didn't need. And at the beginning of 2020, I could see that gift. Well, at the beginning of the pandemic, of the lockdown, I could see the good things that could come out of that. And I found that some people embraced that and were willing to look a little deeper, and some people dug in their heels and really turned up the denial and stubbornness. And I think a lot of us did one or the other in different parts of our lives. We probably all did a little bit of both. But I was able to move through and kind of get some things unstuck in my life, which is liberating and exciting, but also a little scary, because I feel like this year has set me up for a 2021 where I am going to have to be taking some chances and doing things that scare me. I hope in a good way. That's what I'm hoping. There is still this part of me that, well, the things I decluttered, I did declutter physically around my home. I'm someone who hangs on to a lot of things out of nostalgia. And so I was able this year to go through my son's baby stuff and get rid of a lot of that. I was able to just recently actually go through a lot of his papers that, you know, drawings and things from preschool or kindergarten. And because I've saved a lot of stuff that probably is a little Looney Tunes to save. So I've worked through a lot of that and worked on, you know, why I'm attached to certain things. But I've also had the experience to figure out who was really important to me, and who maybe I didn't miss this year. And the same with a lot of patterns, not just physical stuff, but a lot of ways that I talk to myself, or a lot of other patterns I've had time to really notice. At work too, I'm a teacher, and this year has been stressful. It's, you know, the mask I can live with. Okay, it's a pain, but it's not that big of a deal. And, but I feel like I'm doing double duty because I have in-person and online at the same time. It's not a good situation. And I have learned to say no to a lot of stuff this year. And I've learned what exactly I need as a teacher and what I'm not doing anymore. And so 2020 has given me that. I feel like I have come to a better balance. And like I said, it's set me up. It's brought me to a place where 2020 brought me to the high dive. It's not like the fool ready to jump off the cliff because he's not paying attention. It's more like, are you ready to do things for real now? I'll save my panic for the next video. So I'm going to turn the camera and do this little spread where I will pick, it's a very simple spread. I will pick 3 cards for the gifts of 2020 and 3 cards for the gifts of 2021. I have picked my 2021 cards, and I will talk about those in the next video. But I hope you're having a wonderful new year, and I'm excited to see what this new year has in store for. What I was saying before my camera so rudely cut me off was that I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on out there in TarotTube for 2021, and I'm liking seeing everyone's cards of the year. So I just pulled 3 cards on the top for the gifts of 2020, and then the 3 on the bottom will be the gifts of 2021. I do think that 2020 gave me it just brought up a lot of problems for a lot of people. And I'm sure that anything going on with your family or the people you live with was magnified, and a lot of emotions had to be processed this year, and it's pretty exhausting, but I feel like I got clear with myself about how I feel about people and my opinions on certain topics, just because I was forced to. I was forced to deal with a lot of the gunk and the good stuff and the bad stuff. There's that bowl again. You know, this year was, to me, the Eight of Cups is the adulting card. And a lot of this year was, you know, you can fall apart, or you can find a better way to do something, or find a way to do something. But like I said, this year was a year of getting rid of anything that didn't serve me and walking away from any kind of relationship, whether it was with a person or whether it was with an aspect of myself, or whether it was a relationship with certain kinds of food or certain kinds of stuff. It was just a year of getting rid of what I didn't want and what didn't belong, and really editing down the things around me. Well, the King of Pentacles, especially in the Light Seers deck, he knows what's important, and it really is the simple things. It really is, you know, I don't mind being at home. I'm pretty much a homebody, and I feel like I have everything I need here. And I think the King of Pentacles really has shown me, you know, that as long as I have my loved ones around, I don't need a lot of the other stuff. That sounds cheesy, but everything has just gone down to basics, because that's the only thing we have. We can't really do any extras. And so I really found, you know, what in my home gives me joy, and anything else can go. So he really knows what's important, and that sometimes is just simple things. So what about 2021? Okay, this card in this deck has come up for me over and over and over. And I think I need to think big this year. Shit. Well, those are craptastic. But this is the gifts of 2021. Well, I think I'm going to have to go big this year, and it's really scary. I don't think that I can hide myself or stay small this year. And here's more staying small, but you know what? I think 2021 is giving me the key. I love that there is the key sitting right there in this Five of Pentacles. And so I'm going to remember this when I'm tempted to feel like I'm outside of things, or that I don't belong, or having a lack mindset, that's illusory, right? And I think any illusion that I have is going to be blown away this year. I'm kind of scared, you guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to quit kidding myself with a lot of things and kind of put up or shut up. No more hiding. Oh my God. Why do I have a feeling that 2021 is going to be more challenging for me than 2020? But it's the gifts, right? It's the gifts that I will receive. Okay, well, with that in mind, I hope you're having a wonderful new year. And here's to great things in 2021. And I will see you next time.